Welcome back, everyone, to This is Rocket League. We got an exciting weekend ahead. We got MENA starting on Thursday, which means it happened yesterday. We got OCE and NA starting today. Dang. You are not going to want to miss it. Tune in all over Twitch. Just check the Rocket League category. Lots of team streams.
Yeah.
John, how are we feeling?
Really good. I mean, for sure, 100% we are trying to get this video uploaded Friday morning, 10 a.m. Pacific Standard Time, which means NA RLCS is starting right now. So you will not miss anything we talk about today. You know, you might be like, you might be 20 minutes late because you have to, of course, like the video. You have to, share it with all your friends and family, especially Aunt Judy. I know y'all have an Aunt Judy. And then, after you do that, maybe you turn on notifications, of course, because you're having so much fun learning about this stuff. So once you do all that and watch the video, maybe 2025. So you'll be a little late, but those games, it'll only be game like 2 or 3. You'll be fine.
So first thing we're going to do is MENA, and I just want to quickly touch on this. MENA, John, is a very competitive and quickly growing region, but the reality of the situation is they only get one international major spot.
Yep.
And there are realistically, only 2 teams that are fighting for it. And we're going to talk about them. One is Team Falcons.
Yeah, we know.
You may remember them as Sandrock Gaming. Sunless had that awesome documentary about them. They're still those top dogs. But speaking of Sunless, he has his own org now, Rule 1.
Dude.
Right? And that is that number 2 team that's right there knocking on the door. They've taken one regional win from the Falcons, but they got to do a little bit better. They got to perform a little bit better than Falcons. We'll take a look at the points here, John. So obviously this is a second event. There's only been one.
Yeah.
And this is pretty regular stuff here. Falcons versus Rule 1 in the final. Falcons got the better of them. Can Rule 1 bounce back and grab a regional win in this Winter Cup?
Well, okay. Can I just say something, though?
Yeah.
You did say that it looks like it'll just be Falcons or Rule 1. But like Cola and Vision with 12, not out of it. I mean, any of these teams with 8 as well could probably, still make things happen. They still have the Winter Cup and then the Winter Invitational, right? So
that's right. And John, Cola was up 3-1 over Falcons in the semifinal.
Oh,
so
my gosh.
It's not impossible. I'm going to say it's unlikely. Falcons and Rule 1 definitely have the better success record, but like I said, it's a very quickly growing region, lots of talent. It seriously seems like every other day there's this new, young MENA talent showing up, popping off and doing their thing. So going to be exciting. Don't want to miss out on MENA. Let's jump over to OCE, which again, we have another race, a tight race between Pioneers and actually Ground Zero, and Power fell out a little bit early in the Winter Open. So they've got some ground to make up.
Yeah.
Now, Ground Zero, if you're wondering what's going on here, it's a team consisting of Kaka and Fiber.
Yeah.
What a great name, right? Kaka.
Dude, I used to watch them when I was on like Power. I used to watch Kaka's Minions, they were called, dude. It was I used to laugh so hard. I was like, dude, I wish NA would have a team like this. It's just like so like Kaka.
So silly.
Oh my god, it's so good. So good.
But yeah. They added Super Lucky.
And they're crazy.
Super Lucky was a player for Pioneers. He got removed from the roster along with a couple others. Their mental coach, their actually their manager as well. So they're kind of trimming some stuff down, trying something new, seeing if they can take that next step. And right now, Ground Zero's actually come back with a vengeance, John. They won regional number 1. So Super Lucky got kicked off of Pioneers and then turned around and beat them in the grand finals, the very next event.
Crazy.
And now we look down here, and like you mentioned before we started,
Power, what are you doing?
They dug themselves a hole. So they're really, realistically, okay, so OCE, the big difference is they get 2 spots at the international major.
Right.
But if Power wants one of those 2 spots, they're going to have to probably be in the grand finals at least one of these next 2 events. And to really, give themselves a good shot, they probably need to be there twice, because that, 8 points falling out 5th through 8th, that's not good enough for that team.
Not chill.
Yeah, Power, John, in a tough spot, definitely gonna have to perform well. As I just said, they probably really, they put themselves in a position where they're gonna have to be at minimum top 4.
Yeah.
And they probably need to be grand finals each time.
But
so
once again, I don't want to scare everyone, because this is Winter Open was the only thing that has happened so far. So this weekend is the Winter Cup. They'll still have the Winter Cup Winter Invitational, so they could even place top 4, like you were saying, in the Winter Cup and still be fine to make it in the Winter Invitational, depending on how other teams. But if Ground Zero and Pioneers are popping off, there's no way. If they're making top 4, there's no way. That is the teams that are going, period. So it's always terrible when you have to put your future, like what you're doing, on another team. Like, please, I hope they lose. And they've had some luck with that before, but you can't always get lucky like that. So
yeah. And if you watch this previous episode, know that Regional 2 really kind of separates, you know, who's going to make it and who's not, who has a chance. So this next regional, incredibly important for Power. Speaking of this next regional and how important it is, we're going to keep rolling, and we've got some really kind of just, it's big news, and it's really sad is what it is. It makes me feel sad, a very important part of Rocket League history, you know, and there's nothing set in stone by any means, but we're going to talk about this real quick as we look at close quals. We've got Optic, Shopify Rebellion going 3-0. They've done this both times they've been down here. I think they are much better teams than most of the close qual teams.
Right.
We've got Ghost Gaming making it in. This is a new Ghost Gaming roster.
Cool.
It is.
And this is through closed
Money,
qualifier.
and Expert.
This is through closed qualifier?
This is closed qualifier.
Yeah,
That's
okay,
right.
cool,
So they made main event. They will be playing this today, this Friday.
Nice.
We've got Knights and a crew going through 3-1, and then we have M80, Dignitas, and Koi going through 3-2, which is a little bit surprising because Dignitas was top 4. John, why are they losing games in the closed quals?
Yeah, and even like M80 was like really popping off. I mean, they're still doing fine, and those, look how close those games were. I mean, they lost 2-3, 2-3, so it's like it happens, I guess. But I don't even want to talk about this news. I don't even want to talk about the next thing. We're gonna like the tweet. Yeah, man.
So we got Dark Zero, who, if you don't know, features the legend, the GOAT, Turbopulsa.
Yeah.
And he's just had a rough season. He has not qualified for a single main event. He's been in the closed quals, and I'm going to tell you, this is the first win that they've had in closed quals this season. They've actually not been able to get a win, even once they do make it in here.
Yeah, against Farmville.
And he's got a tweet here where he says, at this point, I just think it's time.
Oh, God. The day Turbo retires is the day that I have just accepted that I am full-blown an old man. Like, because he was like my player old man. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, he was like me in spirit of like still, we could still play the game, even though I still think he's 5 to 10 years younger than us. Whatever, though. I can relate with him. And he's such a good dude. And he's such I mean, he's won more than any single person has ever won in their life. As far as, you know, being the best. And he has that title. Here's the bummer for me. The bummer for me is like, I always feel bad when people don't go out like on top. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
like,
absolutely.
Like, why did Brady come back? Like, Brady should have like retired on top of the world, you know?
Right.
I feel bad. I mean, whatever.
Right.
It's no big deal. They wanted to keep trying, keep playing, try and get 8, 9, 10, you know, he wanted to go for. But I just like, I wanted to see him at his like, but that's hard to do too. Walk away when you're like the best.
That's right.
You don't do that. So I get it.
It's definitely a fair perspective, especially as a viewer. You know, I think I feel the same. It does feel kind of sad, but I also I got a lot of respect and admiration for those players that continue to grind and continue to go for it because they're passionate, right? It's not about the success, it's about the competition and trying to become a better player. And so we'll see what this means. Maybe he's going to turn things around. Maybe he keeps rolling, or maybe this is the end of an era.
It could be at this point. I think it's just time to, maybe he's going to go to Australia and battle it out in OC. Maybe
try a new region, maybe.
Just try a new region. He's done Europe. He's done NA. You know, it's time.
Goodness.
It's time to dabble somewhere else.
All right, so
God, I love you, Turbo.
Look at NA. We got our groups here.
Yep.
And then we're gonna quickly give some predictions in the groups. But actually, you know what? We're gonna reverse this.
Yeah.
I'm gonna look at the points first.
Yeah.
That way we have the context of what's actually happening. Because folks, Winter Open in North America was actually crazy.
Wild.
Yes.
Look at some of these teams down there, dude.
Version 1 and FaZe have 5 points, while teams like M80 and Dignitas have 8 and 12 points.
Yeah. Like, SSG at 8 is weird to me. I don't know why. Even seeing, like, I know that Ghost Gaming, new roster, like, everything like that, but, like, even seeing them all the way at the bottom, Shopify Rebellion, Optic Gaming at 3 is just, what the what? Dude, I know. Knights? I mean, Knights, you know, hit and miss, but FaZe? Bro!
FaZe and version 1 are the two that I'm looking at because these are major regulars.
Yeah.
They're always there. Those players on those teams are good enough that they should be representing their region
100%.
at the international events. And right now, they fell out so early, just like we talked about with Power. They have a tough task at hand. They got to be top 4 every time. They really need to be in the grand finals, at least one of the 2 events, because look around.
Yeah.
There's all kinds of talent. I mean, we still got NRG in here. We got M80. We got Space Station, Fury, G2, Dig, Complexity. There's so, and Gen G. Sure, they're not in yet, but I mean, they're in, right? Gen G has just been rocking and rolling. I mean, they're incredible. So with that in mind, remember, you've got some teams with a lot of pressure up against it, and they have got to perform. So let's do some predictions here, John. We got the groups have been announced. We got Group A, which is Gen G, Mobile One Racing, Dignitas,
Yeah.
Optic Gaming, and Koi. And I want to say this before you make your prediction.
Yeah.
Koi has not won a single game in a main event all season. Now,
Poor Koi. But
I think they have
qualifying.
played well,
You know,
and they have looked better in the winter now that they picked up that player Knight, but they still haven't gotten a win. So operate with that in mind. Dignitas coming off the back of a top 4 performance. Optic, a little bit of a weak performance last event, getting knocked out a little bit too early.
Yeah.
A little bit early for their expectations, I should say. And Gen G, I mean, obviously.
This is going to be exactly how it's shown in the picture. For sure.
You think it's going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, boom, boom, boom?
Easily. Like, I don't think there's going to be any surprises there. I think Gen G is going to roll through all 3. Dignitas and Optic are going to flippy floppy maybe on each other. Like, I want Koi. I'm down. I'm down for Koi to do something like throw off a game or 2.
All right, so our predictions, the way we're doing this, so we're going to pick the team that eliminated because that's the only one that's removed from the group. So John is picking Koi. I'm going to throw you a curveball here. Okay, here's what I think. Gen G is going to go 3-0.
Yeah.
And these 3 suckers right here are going to beat up on each other.
Yeah.
Okay. And then when that tie comes to fruition, I think Dig is going to be eliminated. They're going from top 4 to out first. Dig will be gone. I think Optic regains, and I think Koi finally gets that dub that they need.
Wow. Oh, man. Now I'm excited to watch Group A, which is going on, by the way, right now. Like, you can watch Group A right now. Okay.
All right, Group B. FaZe, NRG, M80, and Shopify Rebellion. Give me your eliminated team here, John.
Let me see
go
points.
first.
How did you can go first on this one, but let me see points real quick for Shopify.
Sure.
How did they do?
Rebellion had a weak event getting locked out in groups.
All right. Go ahead. What do you think?
All right, I'll go first. And here's what I'm going to say. M80 is going to be eliminated. I think they had a fantastic event last time. They took down FaZe. And I know that there's a lot of people that like to bet on that momentum, and it makes sense. Yeah. But I feel as though that was a little bit of a, not necessarily a peak, but just a strong performance. Yeah. And I don't know if they're going to be able to replicate it. I think NRG is going to be a close game with M80, but I think they'll come out on top. And then Rebellion is a much better team than they played, and then how they played in the last event, and I think they'll regain here. So I'm going to have M80 being eliminated.
Wow, man. Okay. Okay, I like that. I like the call there. I'm going to be super vanilla with it. I think it is what it is. Once again, 1, 2, 3, 4. I think there could be some surprises, maybe some ties, but I think in the end, Shopify will not be able to pull off this Group B.
All right, so let's jump to Group C. We got version 1, G2, Knights, Ghost Gaming. This time I'm going vanilla. I think Ghost will be eliminated. PK is the only team that I think could also be eliminated.
That's what I was going to say. My thought.
I'll tell you, PK, John, they have looked really good this season, and they picked up Zanil in the winter, and they have looked even better. Right. So I'm on the PK train. I think they're rocking and rolling. And Ghost, newer roster, not as much success, tough group to be in. I think Ghost is going to be knocked out.
Yeah, I'm going to agree with you. I was going to say Knights, but for fun, I could say Knights, but I do believe Group C is going to be pretty vanilla as well. So I'm on the vanilla train.
Group D, stacked. Space Station, Complexity, Furia, and a crew. And I'm going to be honest, I think there's only one way to predict this. Yeah. You got to eliminate a crew. I mean.
I agree. I feel boring. I feel you remember, I'm brand new at this, okay? I don't, predictions. I don't listen to my predictions yet. Let me, over the next 6 months, I'm going to get stronger and really learn this. But it's fun to do. And you guys can do it as well. But I don't think SSG will be the top of this group.
I agree. Yeah. Who do you think will?
I think Complexity is going to take this group.
I like that. Complexity's look really good.
I know.
I'm excited for Furia too. I don't think they have hit their stride just yet with the new player Lost. And I think once they do,
you love Lost, dangerous. Bro. You talk about Lost every chance we get.
He's so good, John. So now that we've got our predictions, again, one more time, I want to pop over here and just take a look at these points. So let me show you here. First place is 20 points, second place 16, and so on and so forth. We have got to see FaZe. Yeah. If they are not top 4, they're not making major. Nope. I'll go ahead and say it. If they don't make top 4 this event, they're not making major. Dude, and the same is true for V1.
No, can you imagine no V1, no FaZe, no SSG, no NRG? Like, just if it was what it was right now. Like, no Optic game. I mean, Optics, whatever, but like, still, it's weird. It's weird to me. I know,
it is. Should we make predictions for who's going to be the 5 teams?
No way. Next week.
Okay.
Next week.
All right.
We got to get a little closer because it's such a, you're wild, dude. You're wild. Anything can change. All Gen G, Complexity, Dignitas, G2, they could all have the worst weeks ever. They didn't do their homework or something and they're pissed. And it could just be all over for them. So, things can change.
I'll make one. It's going to be these 5, except no Dig plus FaZe.
Wow. Damn, dude, you're hating on Dig, huh?
No V1, they're out. No Space Station, they're out. No NRG.
You really think?
Yeah.
Wow. And then what's Reddle's on now again?
Reddle's Optic.
Oh, okay.
Optic, unfortunately, I don't have a lot of faith in them making top 5.
Okay. Yeah, it's
I think they will regain. I think they'll play better than they did last event. They ended up flubbing.
Dude, no Daniel.
No beast mode.
Oh, no beast.
If my prediction comes true, no Daniel, no beast mode. No Justin.
I hope they show up and are ready to drink. Those who are 21.
Of course.
Yeah, of course. I'm not going to get Daniel wasted. Hey, Daniel, grab a beer, brother. No, I'm not like that. I promise I'm not. Wow. This is fun, man.
We'll see, though.
Yeah,
I mean,
we'll see. Right now, let's go watch.
It could be anything. Drop your predictions in the comments below. Let us know what you think. Or you can tell us how trash our predictions are. Thank you all so much for watching. Enjoy RLCS this weekend. And we'll catch you next time.
Peace.